Hi, everybody.
Hi there.
Well, folks, this episode is about Patagonia, and not Patagonia, Argentina. This is about Patagonia in Arizona. I love that. Well, and I'll tell you why. I love birds. And the Paton Hummingbird Center in Patagonia was just a beautiful place to go and see all the different hummingbirds. And it also includes Bisbee, is that right?
Bisbee, which is south of Tombstone. And Bisbee is a very unique town as well. And we're real excited to share this with you. Some people, I guess, would consider it an Old West town or a ghost town. It is not. And we'll go over that in a little bit more detail.
Lots of crazy shops, and it was a fun experience. And just for all the people that follow us, hey, the trailer's still together. We're getting by.
No trailer issues in this episode.
Yeah, how about that? So, it's nomadic life, isn't it? That's what you deal with. So anyway, without any more of our babble, here we go. I hope you enjoy it. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Thank you, everybody that has subscribed, watches our channel. We love your comments. Good or bad, just give them to us. We're always trying to do better and trying to help people. God bless.
Take care.
See ya.
Bye-bye. The first thing you'll notice about Bisbee is that all the houses are built on the sides of the hills. The second thing you'll notice is that it's a very colorful town. Copper was first discovered in Bisbee in 1877. Many rich ore deposits were found, and Bisbee soon became the queen of the copper camps. But in addition to copper, they also found gold, silver, and many other valuable minerals. Bisbee was incorporated in 1902, and by 1910 became the largest city between San Francisco and St. Louis, with a population of over 20,000 people. Open pit mining began in 1917, and in 1974, ore deposits had been depleted and the mines started to close down. After 98 years of mining, the real estate market crashed when the miners relocated to other towns. But the town was revived by retirees, artists, and bohemians who bought up the cheap housing, and Bisbee became the art scene that you see today. Another thing that is different about Bisbee is that the city is spread out over several miles and divided into districts. You have the original town of Bisbee, where most of the historic buildings are. This is where the miners' houses were built on the sides of the hills. And you can see how the roads are curvy, following the lines of the hills. Next to that is the lavender pit and open pit mine, where the biggest share of the mining was done. On the southern end of the lavender pit is the town of Lowell, which used to be a town in and of itself. But it was swallowed up by the lavender pit, and there was really only one street left. If you go there today, it looks as though it got left behind in the 1950s. To the southeast of Lowell is the Warren District, which is where mine management and wealthier citizens lived. This area was designed around a central park. And southwest of that is the San Jose District, where the county buildings and grocery store are located. Most of the day-to-day business of Bisbee takes place here. So between the San Jose District to the south and the main downtown of Bisbee to the north is about 6 miles. It's really spread out. On our visit to Bisbee, almost immediately we came across this set of stairs with tons of artwork. So we just had to walk up the stairs and take a look at all the artwork on the walls. And here are some of Bisbee's historic buildings. The Silver Queen Hotel, built in 1900. The Stock Exchange Building, built in 1905. The Copper Queen Hotel, built in 1902, and this is the oldest continuously operating hotel in Arizona. The Presbyterian Church, built in 1902. The Bisbee Gym Building, built in 1903. Pythian Castle for the Knights of Pythias, built in 1904. St. Elmo's Bar, built in 1902. The Bisbee Grand Hotel, built in 1906. Let's Inn Loft Hotel, built in 1883. The Copper Queen Library and the Bisbee Post Office share a building which was built in 1882 and originally used as a corner grocery store. The post office was established in 1900 and the library in 1907. The Phelps Dodge Clinic, built in 1902 and now known as the Bisbee Review Building for the newspaper. The Bisbee Masonic Lodge, which was chartered in 1896. The Inn at Castle Rock, built in 1895. And here is Castle Rock and a really cool piece of artwork at its base. To get to and from Bisbee on the north side, you need to pass through the Mule Pass Tunnel, which was built in 1958. This tunnel is 1,400 feet long and was the longest tunnel in Arizona until the one built in Phoenix on Interstate 10. Here are some pictures of the crazy stairs. And this is the lavender pit where the copper was mined. I really thought the Bisbee Social Club was an interesting building. It's a new business in a historical building, but it's designed after the old speakeasies that came about during Prohibition. Pretty cool. It was only a 30-minute drive from the RV park that we were at in Whetstone to Patagonia State Park, but some beautiful scenery along the way. To give you a little history about Ed and his birding, he took an interest in birds back in the 80s and would travel some distance to the local Audubon Society to get pictures of the birds there. So Ed has a book with him where he marks down each new bird that he finds and identifies, and it's got the date and the location and everything. And as we've traveled throughout the country, he's finding many birds he would never have seen if we had stayed on the East Coast. The interesting thing about hummingbirds is on the East Coast, there's only one hummingbird. But in the West, there are many different hummingbirds. And he still has some that he hasn't spotted yet. So visiting the Paton Center for Hummingbirds in Patagonia was a special treat for Ed. And he did spot some hummingbirds that he didn't have marked on his list yet. Here are some pictures of the cute little town of Patagonia. We drove right past this, then decided that we just had to turn around to get a closer look and find out what it was. This family had built a shrine right into the side of a rock, right on the side of the road. Here are some pictures of Patagonia State Park, the birds, the scenery, and a drop-dead gorgeous sunset.